Hello?
Hello, is this Magdalene?
Yes, this is she speaking.
Yeah, my name is Greg Miller. I'm the investigative case manager for policeabuse.com. And
Yes.
I am answering to your complaint. I've been advised by the main office to contact you about your son.
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to record this as an interview that I'm going to upload on later on. And I basically, within about maybe 9 or 10 minutes, can you explain to us what is the complaint?
Oh, the complaint about the officers?
Yeah, what exactly, just briefly what happened?
Well, what happened was my son was charged with attempted murder, but he wasn't there. He has witnesses saying that he wasn't there at all during the fighting or the shooting. And the police came to my house and they just wanted to question him. And we went down with my son. We went down there to speak with the police. Also, the people that witnesses on their behalf even said that my son wasn't there during the shooting. So my son said when they went in there to question him, because my son has a learning disability, he's 18 years old, but he's like still on a third grade level. He doesn't know how to read or write.
Okay, what's your son's name?
LaDre Webb.
How do you spell that?
Ladre.
Okay.
Webb. W-E-B-B.
And he's 18 years old?
Yes.
Okay. All right. And who arrested him?
77 police station.
I'm sorry?
77 police station.
Okay.
In Los Angeles.
And do you know what officer arrested him?
Well, when we went in there, the person that came to my house, the detective was Detective Benwan.
How do you spell that?
That spoke with him because he wasn't arrested on the streets. Detective Benwan. V-I-N-O-W-O-N. Benwan.
Okay. All right. And he was charged with what?
Attempted murder.
Okay.
And also the witnesses that they had, even was like talking about they testified that he didn't have nothing to do with it, but it's so confusing because he has older people and the community is very kind of upset about it because there's so many people were saying that he wasn't there none of the time that the fighting was going on or the shooting.
Okay.
He was sitting in a house, inside of a house.
Okay, so there was a shooting. He was sitting inside a house, but he wasn't involved in the shooting?
No, he wasn't there at all, period.
Okay, he wasn't there at all, and he's got witnesses.
Yes, he has witnesses. These are the older people in the community that he was sitting in their house with them at the time. And also the girl that initially made the statement, because I had walked out of my house because I walked out of my house and I seen her coming up with the police and she jumped out the police car and she asked me who was my son, and she said, because I think your son know who did the shooting. In front of the police, I asked her, I said, was my son there during the shooting? She said no. I said, was my son there during the fighting? She said no. She said, but she was so hysterical at the time, I guess she didn't know the guy's name that did the shooting, but she probably figured that my son knew the guy's name or something. But then later on, while the police walked away, she asked me, and she asked me, she said, well, could you tell me another person's name that I can say? I'm like, well, why are you saying all this? Now you asking me to give you another name that I don't know. Now she's nowhere to be found. She don't want to have nothing to do with none of it because she know that, yeah.
What was the location of the shooting?
On 59th in Denver, Los Angeles.
59th and Denver.
Denver.
Hold on a second. Okay, and approximately what was the date of the shooting?
It was on Thanksgiving.
Okay.
Thanksgiving, yes.
This year? Oh, 09, right? Okay.
Yes.
And what time of day? About what time in the day?
I really don't know. I think it was like about between 7 and 8 o'clock at night.
Okay. And do you know the name of the victim?
I think his name is Frank Swanson.
Okay. Hold on a second.
No, Frank Thorpe.
Frank what?
Frank Thorpe. Thrope.
Okay. And what's the approximate age of that victim?
Excuse me?
Do you know how old the victim was?
No.
Okay.
No, I don't know how.
I take it he was injured in the shooting?
I think they say he got shot like on his shoulder.
Okay.
In his shoulder. A glaze in his shoulder. But he's nowhere to be found either.
Okay, so nowhere to be found. And were there witnesses to the shooting that you know of?
No one is saying that there was a witness to the shooting.
But you do have witnesses to your son's alibi and that he wasn't there.
Yes, to my son. Yes.
Now,
and also the girl that said it, she also told me that your son is not in trouble. She kept on saying, I just need him to tell me the name, because she was so hysterical. She said, but I promise if he get in trouble, I get on a witness stand and I say that he wasn't there because he wasn't there. This is, again, come to find out. I don't know that the police pushed the story or where to come to find out. She said that okay.
I'm sorry, but you say he's on probation?
Yes, he was on probation, getting ready to get off probation, and like about a week before after.
What's do you know the name of the probation officer?
Yes, Miss Bogey.
Miss Bogey?
Yes.
Okay, and do you have a number I can call Miss Bogey at? If you don't have it available, I can get it later. That's not a big deal, as long as I can get it.
Yeah, I can get it to you later.
Okay. All right, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to, as far as the witnesses, will I be able to talk to them on the phone?
Yes, one just came in. I just seen one just walking down the street now.
Okay. What I'm going to do is I'm going to get about 3 to 5 witnesses on the phone. I'm going to take a recorded statement from each one of them to his alibi. Then I'm going to attempt to make contact with your son to get his statement. I don't know if I'm going to be able to or not if he's in jail. But at least I want to get the witness statements, and then I'm going to contact the probation officer, and I'm going to contact the police department with this information. And I have your complaint form, and what I'm going to do at this point is conduct a preliminary investigation to gather the facts and the evidence that will corroborate your complaint about your son's involvement in the shooting. And I'm also going to file for information requests with the police departments to find out exactly what they know and what has happened. And once I gather enough information about your complaint, then we'll make a decision on what to do with it.
Okay.
Okay, and I'm going to give you you got the 800 number?
Okay, let me get it. What is
I'll get it for you. I'm going to go ahead and conclude the recorded part of the interview, and the rest of it will be off record. Hold on a second.